Hello everyone and welcome back to Persona 4 Golden. So we're continuing where we left off, and as you remember in the previous one, we had a bit of a, let's say, strange situation, dark situation, and we express our doubts about all those things that were happening. And yeah, we've actually planned to take a bit of rest and then go over everything we know with everyone to maybe clear some things here and there and see if we can come up with anything. And that prompt said would Nanako be alright, and yeah, well, stuff happened, like you remember. I guess she's past the worst, I guess. I don't know, but probably not good things. Okay, yeah, that's understandable. A lot has happened, so yeah. Oh, Igor.
Welcome.
Traditionally he appears in sort of defining moments in the story where you need to choose something and sort of a culmination of decisions. So let's hear what he has to say. Yeah, well, it was quite some time, yes.
Do not be alarmed. You are fast asleep.
That doesn't make me less alarmed. Actually, for everything, it makes me more alarmed. Because that's kinda creepy.
Within your dreams. Now then, your
Well, yeah, it has taken us quite far. I agree with that.
Do you believe you'll be able to successfully solve this mystery?
Yeah. I can. I actually believe if we concentrate, we can. We can solve it.
Splendid. The precise destination of this vehicle, that too, is getting rather hard to
So I
judge.
guess our fate can go both ways, eh?
If we continue driving blindly, we may end up leading you further away from the mystery that you must reach.
Yeah, and logical.
Well, why don't we take a moment
I
to look
suppose
back
I
on your
could.
journey? It was for that purpose that I summoned you here.
Sort of a recollection, or what?
Margaret?
Hello? What's happening here?
Yeah, well, I quit pretending.
What's
Okay.
right? What you should choose to do in life.
You gave me the opportunity.
Right, and
We are experiencing the words engraved
those are just
into your
people that I
memory
helped
during your journey.
along the way.
Failing to understand and failing to listen are rather different things.
That's right. I agree with that.
Let's go ahead and think this through as much as we need.
Yeah, we need to.
If we leave any unanswered questions behind, we'll just be lying to ourselves.
I'll think as hard as I can and try to help.
Good thing, good thing. Let's all pitch in.
Come on. We've accomplished this much together, haven't
I don't hear the confidence there, Chie.
we? Right. Together.
And neither do I hear it here, Yukiko. Well, have to give a try.
It seems you have comrades with you as well.
Well, yes.
Those heading in the same direction through this dense fog.
What's that sound? Yeah, it kinda seemed like it.
We'll be parked for the moment while I confirm our current heading.
As I mentioned previously, this year will signal a great...
So you said that at the beginning.
Though there isn't much time left, it can be worth your while to take the
Well,
time to
probably
slow
yes.
and
People are like water flowing in a river. There is only one stream, but all who
Well,
pass
that was
through
deep,
it
Margaret.
are
That was
affected
deep.
differently. Some travel fast. Some change
Like,
their course.
I don't know, speedrunning their lives, or
experiencing
what do you have in
countless
mind?
events as they travel down the river of time.
just so. The state of this
Okay.
room reflects the scenery of your heart.
So you say, but the room never changes.
Perhaps this may be a time for contemplation rather than action.
Well, we'll see. We'll see about that. That's a doorbell, or what? You're not gonna answer me anything concrete, are you? Well, just have to get there on my own, I guess. Yeah, I'm coming. Jeez, take it easy, I'm hearing you. And of course it's Yosuke.
He's missing.
Yeah,
I looked all over the neighborhood, but I couldn't find him anywhere.
we kinda saw some really disturbing scenes with Ted. I mean, he was in the middle of nowhere. But he actually remembered something, which is interesting. I am kinda worried, you know.
Yeah, me too. He was acting all weird lately.
Yeah, quite strange. Having all that doubts about himself and saying he failed.
Rise and the others are checking inside the TV to see if he's gone back to the other side.
Okay, yeah, that is reasonable.
We're meeting pretty soon, so will you come with me to Juness?
Yeah. Don't know. Ted seemed like a bear on a mission, so maybe he actually has something to do. I mean, he was there for a purpose at that TV world. Also,
It's no use, man. We can't find
everyone's in their jacket, and Rise and GA seems to be, well, quite lightly clothed. But okay. If you're going to be sick, then don't cry to us.
No luck for me either. I didn't sense anything over there. The fog's so dense it might be affecting my readings.
Well, probably.
I wish I could do better. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Ted. Don't tell me he really went back to his world this time.
Well, we don't know.
We told him over and over that he could stay here.
Well, he wanted to find his purpose, you know. Yes, that is, but... I mean, he'll be back for sure. It's Ted we're talking about. So... no use getting worked up is kind of a bad one, since he was a member of the party, you know. He was with us from the very start, you know. He's a friend. We could be positive, or we could think about it, but we're not gonna come up with anything since we tried all the logical things, so let's just be positive.
Yeah. We'll just have to believe
Yeah,
him for now.
yeah, just like Yosuke said, we just have to believe for now.
He plays down
Until
a lot,
we
but
find any
sometimes
clues,
he
that
does
is.
deep down. He wouldn't disappear without saying anything, right?
Well, I think so.
I'm worried for Teddy myself, but let's trust in him and await his return. Right now we must
Well, yeah, maybe
concentrate
Ted
on the case.
has something on his mind, or maybe he found something.
It won't be
A
long
lead,
before Namatame is
you know.
transferred to another location. We must hurry, or we will miss our only chance to get his perspective on this.
Oh yeah, and also that.
You know, I've been thinking about the case since, but something just doesn't seem right.
Now you think so. You wanted to
Quickly review the
throw the
facts.
guy to the TV.
Of all the victims, only 2 were killed. Miss Yamano the announcer and Saki-san.
Well, yeah.
From the documents we found in the car, we know Namatame had some sort of dealings with them.
In one way or another, yes.
With that, there were multiple attempted murders in which we were targeted. It was only
Seems
with
right.
Monaco-chan that we caught him in the act, identifying his modus operandi in the process.
Yeah,
When I hear
checks
you put
out.
it like that, sounds like the dude's guilty.
Well, kind of, but when Naoto puts it like that, it may also sound like he is not guilty, because only 2 people were killed, and we only witnessed Namatame in the last case, in Nanako's case. So, for me, it seems like there are more doubts.
As a result of
Here.
Namatame's arrest, the police admitted that Mitsuo Kubo was a mere copycat.
Man, yeah, we know that.
Back up to yesterday. Remember when you said Namatame didn't have a motive to kill the announcer?
That's right, they were together and didn't have a falling out.
That's what's bothering me.
So now it's bothering you.
Right. Either he's completely nuts, or we're misunderstanding something.
I mean, he is kinda nuts, but I think we're misunderstanding
You lost
something.
me.
She's trying to say that if Namatame is sane, then there may be facts in the case we don't know about yet.
Yeah.
Sane or insane? Sounds like a play I saw before.
When he talks about saving people, What does that actually mean?
Yeah, kinda get to the bottom of that also. You didn't ask him what he means by saving.
I don't think there's any doubt that it includes kidnapping people and throwing them into the
Yeah,
TV.
but what's the deal here? What part of the saving involves... You know, he throws them into the TV, okay, yeah, and then what? Where's the saving part? Does he want them to confront their shadows?
Could he mean
Or what?
saving them through death?
Or maybe no, maybe death's the unwelcome outcome of the saving.
He did call himself a savior and said that the other side is a wonderful world.
Maybe he said something like that, yeah.
They'll be saved if they die? What a bunch of crap! The bastard should have gone and saved himself. What do you think, Senpai?
I think, well, there's something else here.
If you think about it normally, it's gotta be him. But there ain't nothing normal about that world anyways.
That's for sure.
There's something I've been wondering about for a while. When we first encountered him, he said,
Well, what did he say?
"The ones I saved. Don't worry, I'll save this girl."
Yeah,
too."
he actually said that, that's right.
So, if he saves people by killing them,
That's why I said that maybe that saving doesn't involve killing. Maybe it involves awakening,
wouldn't he actually
you know?
have failed to save us?
Yeah.
You raise a good point. If he thinks that salvation comes only through death, his words to us make no sense. And another thing, the Namatame who appeared on the Midnight Channel said he failed
Oh,
to
and there's
save
that.
Nanako-chan.
Well, maybe he really was trying to save the victims by putting them inside the TV. Come on, don't get all quiet like that. You guys know I just say the first dumb thing that pops into my head.
Well, would you sometimes hit the nail on the head with that?
The possibility that he truly intended to save us.
But the question is, from what
He's
exactly?
still the one who threw in Saki-senpai
Yeah.
and that announcer, right?
Because he didn't say that and he didn't ask.
Sure, we haven't nailed down his motives, but that doesn't change the fact that he killed them.
I mean,
Or what? You think someone else was involved? What makes you
maybe.
think so?
We need to think about that. Well, yeah, but we got that covered. The diary. The diary actually said some stuff. So there's that. Maybe we'll ask.
But that points straight at Namatame. Come on.
Oh. Yeah, sorry. The diary actually said something about him. Well, it doesn't point at him, Yosuke. It actually just proves he tried to save them. Whatever that means. I think you're fixating too much on him saving, meaning him killing people. This is not the one. What about the alibi? I don't remember that.
Her alibi? Wasn't it airtight right from the beginning? How could she kidnap people and throw them into TVs if she's out of the country?
How about the warning letter?
Warning letter? Oh yeah. Whatever happened to that thing?
I don't remember it actually.
Namatame's the killer. He must have been the one who wrote it, right?
Let's
Oh yeah, I actually now I think I get the warning letter. Yeah. We got that in the mail when Dojima-san actually saw us reading it, and we had a bunch of weird moments after that, like Adachi-san running in and out of a closed door and other things. Well, yeah. That's the gist of it, yes.
Yes, that's right.
Isn't that kind of odd?
In what way?
Someone who thinks he's saving people by killing them write stuff like don't rescue or kill?
Now that
The
you say
will
it.
put in and killed part doesn't make sense either. If
Yeah.
the killer was writing it, wouldn't it be more like I'll put in and kill?
More like, yeah.
Hey, could this mean?
Someone else did it.
Yeah. It's almost like someone else wrote this letter.
And Namatame was probably preoccupied, so he wouldn't have
Only
time
a
for
killer
that.
would write such a letter and deliver it to Dojima-san's house, right?
Yeah,
If someone else wrote it, that could
that
only
there
mean-
is a different person behind the killing.
Dear God.
Yep.
Since this is such an unusual case, I was absolutely convinced that other than the Kubo incident, there was one
But
culprit.
that doesn't seem to be the case.
So Namatame really was trying to save his victims?
Perhaps.
Everything is exactly the opposite of what it first seemed. In Namatame's parlance, failing would have been the first two
Yeah,
cases.
when he
Victims
didn't
died.
make it to them, or couldn't.
If he had used his method twice and failed both times, he would hardly have continued
Yeah.
using the TV. And yet he did. It all seems to suggest that someone else wrote this warning letter while observing the
It would
entire
seem like
case.
that.
Someone else?
Let me
Then
bump up the volume a bit,
it wasn't Namatame that killed Saki
because
Senpai
you
and the
probably
announcer?
can't hear the guys. Well,
We can't say for certain
yeah,
yet.
like I said, more doubts here.
We urgently need to speak with Namatame face to face.
See? Brainstorming works nice. Also, sorry that I meandered. Meandering? Like the river, you know? Get what I'm saying? Meandered through those answers like that, but I didn't quite remember what was the correct answer at first, and the other, I mean,
How though?
I'm kinda not
Yesterday they said they're gonna
very
tighten
fond
security.
of the dialogue options sometimes here, because sometimes the game points you to two drastically opposite answers, which I don't like. There's quite frequently not a middle ground, that's one thing, and the other thing is sometimes either I don't understand because that was a translation fault or something, but sometimes answers, when you put them through context, kinda actually seem okay for me, but the characters react in such a way like you said something bad. That's weird, but okay.
I have a plan.
Oh, nice.
There's no time to waste. Let's hurry to the hospital.
So let's hurry. But you know how you're gonna ask him something? You know, the guy's out of his trolley.
Hey, this place is off limits.
Gas him?
I'm a
Nah,
consultant
no
with the
gas here.
police. I'd like a few words with Namatame-san. May I go in?
So that's your plan?
This is Unit 252 requesting confirmation on an ID. Name of Naoto Shirogane. Huh?
Checks out, huh?
Ah, understood. I see.
See, we told you.
Well, you're on the list.
Okay.
I can give you a few minutes, but I'll have to record your conversation with him for security purposes.
Okie dokie.
Not that I expect you'll get anything coherent out of the guy. He's been spouting nothing but gibberish.
Well, we'll see.
I'd like him to accompany me as well. He has no identification, but this is
okay.
an emergency situation, and he's here in
Huh.
Detective
Will
Dojima's
that
stead.
actually work?
Huh? Detective Dojima sent him? I wasn't informed of this.
Yeah, I mean...
I'll vouch for his identity.
Well, I guess it's better than dealing with the man himself.
What the
We have our
heck?
hands full with the transport procedures, so the last thing we need is Detective Dojima running wild. Detective Adachi is busy somewhere too.
You guys do
This
not
is Unit 252.
do a good job, you know?
Has something happened?
There's something about a suspicious object out in the lobby.
Like what?
Ah, well then, this works out nicely.
Does?
You should back up your colleagues downstairs.
Oh yeah,
Keep
for
watch
us it
over
actually
Namatame-san.
does.
A disturbance in a hospital lobby, after all. It sounds serious.
I like the
If
tone
anything happens, hit the
Naoto's
first call.
having here.
I'll leave the rest to you.
Sounds nice. It's full of confidence, you know, and
Please
kinda,
be careful.
in a way, slick. I like it. It's pretty nice.
I knew they were undermanned, but I didn't expect it to go this smoothly.
You're kinda disappointed here for some reason. You had a backup plan or something?
Wow! There's nothing much inside that suspicious object,
So, what is it?
so he won't be gone long.
Okay, so let's move.
Right. Then now's our chance to talk to Namatame.
It's kinda a lot of us there. So we better be quick, otherwise, if he sees us coming out from this room, we're gonna have trouble. Okay, my man, start speaking.
Namatame-san, there's something we'd like to ask you.
Doesn't start good.
It's tempting to think that you were the culprit behind this entire case.
Oh yes, it is.
And to be honest, There are many in this town who hope you are.
And to be honest, we nearly killed you.
But we are here to learn the truth.
Oh yeah, and that. Yes, yes, yes. Disregard my previous statement, please. Oh yeah, it worked. And those are kinda blunt. Well, let's go with the blunt one.
No. If nobody saves them, they'll be killed.
I mean, we kinda understood that. I don't know why you guys are asking about that. It's... well... we're kinda reassuring ourselves that we understood correctly, but even then...
I put them in there.
this is here. Sometimes, you know, I'm kind of suspecting the game thinks either you know, don't play it... play it with quite a lot of downtime, so it kind of reassures you at some point, or you did not pay much attention to things or something like that, because, you know, those dialogues sometimes kind of play out like that, like they don't have faith in our deduction skills or something. Who'd you throw in first then?
Huh?
Her?
Me?
That's interesting, but that's kind of what we suspected. That he wasn't behind the first one, cause they didn't have a falling out or anything.
They were killed.
Okay,
Couldn't save.
so we're on the right track here.
Then tell me if my estimation is correct so far.
Okay, let Naoto take this.
After discovering the Yamano and Konishi incidents, you realized an appearance on the Midnight Channel meant
Oh,
certain death.
nice, nice.
Thus, to save her from that fate, you kidnapped Yukiko Amagi.
But why try to throw her into TV when you got to the idea that being on the Midnight Channel means death?
You couldn't let her be killed, so you threw her into the TV, preventing the killer
Okay,
himself
so that
from
was
reaching her.
kind of a good idea, but the deed was not well thought out, you know, because he didn't want the person to be found by the killer, but he actually used one of the killer's methods and throw them in the TV world where they could
As more
die
individuals
regardless
appeared on the Midnight Channel.
while confronting the shadows.
It all falls into place.
Well, kinda.
His body is weak, but his mind is sound. He's trying to tell us the truth.
Or at least as much as he knows.
Yeah, but if the stuff he's saying is true,
There's another
Yeah.
killer who murdered the first two victims?
Actually, not another killer, it's the killer that we haven't found yet. So that's
Indulge us in
actually
a few
quite
more
different.
questions.
Why did you enter the TV?
I didn't know. I never thought. it would
Okay,
be
so
that
that checks out
place.
my take on it. That he used the method because he didn't know precisely what would happen. He just thought that if the killer couldn't get to them, they would be safe. He didn't think through the idea that throwing them in the TV world will actually doom them to face their shadows and probably fail and die. This will be the last one. Let's go with the letters.
What are you talking about?
Okay, so he doesn't know about the letters, so that also checks out. And so who killed the first two? Doubt you'll
I
say
have
that,
no
but
idea.
yeah, thought as much.
As I thought.
You believe me?
Actually, yeah.
Did they find him? Did they find the one who did such cruel things?
Nah.
Mayumi.
Please calm down. Our ability to find the culprit rests on you.
But, you know, kind of if you find the one, this guy still is going to be judged. And probably thrown either behind the bars or locked up in a psychiatric ward for the rest of his life, so
We know about the other world.
yeah. Not a good outcome for him regardless. And we don't know what kind of an outcome would it be for the real killer. Because we cannot prove the killings. At least yet.
Only you?
Yeah, kinda checks out, doesn't it? I mean, we're the only ones that followed you.
We did blame you for everything at first.
And tried to kill you, Yosuke. You know, cough cough.
Now I think we can accept whatever you got to tell us as truth.
You're kinda changing your attitude here quite fast, but not gonna point fingers here.
Tell us everything you can.
Whoa, that was pretty weird. Glitch, sound glitch.
You're willing to listen? Do my story?
Oh yeah, why not? I mean, we don't have much time since the guard is just busy for some minutes, but if you could be quite fast with that. Oh, this doesn't look good.
My affair with Mayumi became common knowledge.
He's hitting the bottle.
I returned to my parents' home, as if to run away from the scandal.
Okay,
I started drinking heavily to drown my anxieties.
so we
I
see.
hadn't been able to reach Mayumi at all, and that didn't help either.
Maybe she didn't want to be reached.
Mayumi, where are you?
And probably in the TV world by now.
She'd been disgraced on all the afternoon shows and forced to resign from the program she was
Oh,
on.
that doesn't sound good.
I caused her so much trouble. I wanted to at least apologize to her.
And that wouldn't help much.
Couldn't even do that. I lost the will and energy to do anything. Then, one day, the rumor I heard sometime
Oh,
ago
about the
came back
Midnight
to me.
Channel then.
Since I had nothing better to do, I sat down blankly in front of the TV and watched my own reflection.
And then,
And all of a
and then it worked.
there was Mayumi.
Okay, so it kinda checks out,
Mayumi inside the TV looked as if she was calling to me for help.
but that's kinda strange. So it wasn't the shadow self then?
When I reached out unthinkingly to touch her,
And he already had the ability to go inside.
my arm
That is
disappeared
interesting.
into the TV, as if I had dipped it into a pool of water. I was so shocked that I lost my balance and nearly fell face
Okay,
first
so
into the
that
TV.
kinda similar to what we had. Our first encounter with that phenomenon.
I was so scared. I couldn't understand what just happened. I thought
Or
maybe
you just went
I'd
blacked
gone
out
insane.
drunk.
In the end, I decided to think of it as just a dream, and I went back to the city the next day after finishing work.
Okay,
The next afternoon when I got to work, I was
well,
frozen on
as
the spot,
expected,
as I
yes.
expected. That wasn't what broke me, though.
What was it?
It was Mayumi being found.
Okay, yeah, that would have done it. That's that actually checks out
Not just
also.
that, but it had happened in my hometown.
An interesting coincidence, eh?
I was dumbstruck. But later on,
On the Midnight
remembered
Channel,
the
that
image of
is.
Mayumi I'd seen that night. Was it not a dream? Could it really have been an SOS from Mayumi? I hadn't touched another TV because the first time was so terrifying, but
And then,
I decided to try it again, and I confirmed that none of it was a
okay,
dream. So that image, was it something Mayumi showed me, calling for help?
but why wasn't it her shadow self? Was she already thrown inside? That's
And
why
eventually,
she
you learned of
behaved
the
like
Midnight
that?
Channel.
I remembered that when Mayumi was alive, she was chasing a rumor about some bizarre
Oh.
TV program. I'd heard about it before, but I thought it was just an urban legend. But then Mayumi appeared on it, and later turned up dead.
Okay, so from word of mouth, everyone knew about the Midnight
The more
Channel.
I thought about it, the harder
Interesting.
it became to believe that the two events were unrelated.
Yes, that is a
Soon after
conclusion, a logical
I
one
came
at that.
to Inaba to answer the police's questions.
But what would you say?
I wanted to know the truth of Mayumi's death. for
Yeah,
myself.
so it checks out that they didn't suspect you at first.
On another rainy night, someone else appeared on the Midnight Channel. It was a girl.
So that would be Saki.
She looked like she was calling for help, just like Mayumi.
And did you try the
first thing
TV
that
then?
came into my mind was, maybe this girl will be the next to die.
Okay.
And that was Saki-senpai.
Yeah, would be.
I'd been following all the news about Mayumi, so I noticed right away that she was the girl who found Mayumi's body.
Yeah.
And if my hunch was right, she'd be the next victim.
So did you enter the
I didn't
TV
want her
then?
to die the way Mayumi did, so I desperately kept watching. I was
No,
consumed
you
with
didn't.
the idea of rescuing her. Then, little by little, her image on the screen came into sharper focus.
Alright.
became
Sharper.
How did you find out it was her?
After I came back, my father couldn't bear to see me in such low spirits.
Oh.
He gave me a job with the family
So the
business.
TV
I met
repair
that
or...
girl when I delivered a package to the
Yeah,
liquor
no,
store.
packaging service, yeah. You told her about
After
seeing her in TV?
I decided to meet her and told her to be careful.
That probably was quite creepy for her, you know? So I don't blame her for not believing.
But that same night, on the TV,
Stuff happened. Yeah, so...
she looked as if she was being
Huh.
engulfed by some black shape. She was writhing in pain.
So the shadow took over now.
That's why I warned her. Why won't she pick up the phone?
Well, guess, but okay. They didn't... Wait, the police didn't check the phone calls? They didn't
found
actually
her
check
dead.
you were calling her? That's weird. And you didn't try to enter the TV then?
I knew she was gonna be murdered, but I couldn't save her. I blamed myself, thinking there must have been something I could have done.
Yeah,
There's no
it's
one
kind
who
of
depended on me,
tough spot to be in, you know?
not even my
Because you
wife.
couldn't say that to anyone, no one would believe you. And jumping inside the TV would have been risky. You could have been killed yourself.
Who I was.
So
But she
that
was
was
murdered.
kind of a
And the
tough
same person
situation.
killed another
That's
girl.
right, yeah.
I was beside myself. I couldn't forgive myself for doing nothing.
You really did love Miss Yamano.
Well, who'd have thought, eh?
Yes.
So he's not a bad guy. Like you all judged him from the beginning,
Before I was married, my wife made it
before you knew anything. Concrete?
For her, but it put a strain on our relationship.
I think I can kind of relate.
Oh,
It was around that time when I met Mayumi. She was interviewing our candidate for the next election. She was a big-name announcer. But she only
okay.
worked with local stations, and her attitude towards work was similar to mine. We both came from Inaba, so
Oh,
she was
yeah,
easy to talk
she
to.
came from Inaba, that's right.
I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't help getting intimate with her. She gave meaning to my life.
We can understand you a bit better now, I guess.
Soon after Saki-san was found dead, yet another girl appeared on TV.
And that would be Yukiko then.
Was you.
Yeah, checks out. So then you thought you were gonna spring to action then.
Next. And murdered. I can't let her end up like Mayumi and that other girl. This time, I'm gonna do something.
Yeah.
My opponent was a murderer who left no clues to his identity.
I mean, that's a given, yeah, he
Thought
murders people.
What I could do to protect her from someone like that. I'll never convince her. If she gets suspicious
Well,
and they arrest me, who'll save her
At least
then?
you're down to earth with that. Well, but you did try once and it failed, so I guess you learned from that.
The girl inside the TV looked as if she was smiling. at
And
me.
that was the shadow
That's
self.
when it hit me. I apparently had the power to go through the TV screen to the other side.
But
Then,
you
if I
weren't sure
opened
if
the
it would
TV,
work
I could
for
have shelter there before
someone
the
else. I
girl gets
mean, you could go, but what about her?
What are you trying to tell me? That it's safe over there? Is that it?
Okay, so that's kind of bias.
The girl inside the TV seemed to smile at me again. And
So
I
you kind of
thought,
fell for it.
no matter what kind of place it might be, it's better than being slaughtered.
And
Once things
yeah,
calm down,
you led her
just
to the slaughter
let her
actually.
out again.
Well, you couldn't have known.
If she's inside the TV, there's no way they can find her. It felt as if everything was starting to come together in my mind.
You made some assumptions, I guess, and
Gave me that power.
To all your available knowledge, it proved to be the most you could do, so can't blame him.
Was it my mission to save people?
And then you went
There's a
crazy.
big problem. If I explained the situation to the victim, they wouldn't understand.
Yup.
I had already tried that and failed miserably.
So kidnapping's the only
only
thing?
I could do was to take them away. If that was my mission, I'd just have to do it. Or so I thought.
Or so he thought.
Please lend me your strength.
So,
Yep.
you thought people who appeared on the Midnight Channel would be killed. You kidnapped us in order to
I mean, he tried to do good.
Mission? Give me a break! You never stopped.
I mean, kinda did, kinda didn't.
I
He
thought
just
I was
told
the
you.
only one who could help them. I did call the police, but they didn't believe me.
Don't blame him.
I knew the area well, thanks to my job. I had a large truck, and I could move around.
Man, he
without
actually
suspicion.
thought that
I
through.
thought my
At least
job as
that
a
part.
delivery man would be the perfect cover for my mission. I thought no one else could do it.
I mean, no one else could do it.
Are you
Not
telling
only
me
because you were a
I
delivery
wasn't
man,
saving
but
them?
just because apart from you, only we had that ability to go through the TV.
If a person is still within the TV world when the fog appears here, they will die. Beginning with Yukiko-san, the people you thought you had been saving were, in fact,
In mortal peril.
peril.
Yep.
It was my friends here who really saved us all.
Yup.
I had a feeling that was it.
Oh,
When I
come
went
on,
after
man.
the little girl and entered the TV myself. For the first time, I had some doubts about myself.
I mean, you
referred
didn't
to Namatame,
check on them.
correct?
The police
You
were
just
after
threw them
me,
in
so I
and
had to get away.
job's done. That's kinda not very well thought through. But okay.
But I still felt I needed to do everything I could to save that poor little girl.
I mean, you tried.
That's why I went in after her.
Wait, after her? Oh yeah.
But
He
the
threw her
TV
first and
world was
went after her.
Completely different than I imagined. Such an abominable,
You-
grotesque place.
You threw people inside without ever going
I
inside
knew the
first.
three of you who
I mean, you
saved
should have
went
at least
back to your
check
normal lives, so
what sort of a place
I
that
didn't
is.
realize how terrible that world was.
I mean, okay, yeah, there's that.
You
I
couldn't
mean,
even
he
get
didn't
out of
knew
that
we
place on your own.
would also be able to go through the TV and save people
No,
from something.
That's a cowardly way to put it.
And indeed it
I'd
is.
probably already begun to realize that it was a dangerous place. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have gone to see you all.
See us?
See them?
Wait, are you talking about the concert we did
Oh.
at Junes?
Yes. I wanted to know why the ones I saved were all hanging out with each other,
Hmm,
and how much you remembered.
interesting.
But in the end, I couldn't bring myself to say anything and ran home. I must
I
have
mean,
felt too
yeah,
guilty.
it was kind of a blind shot actually. Again, I mean, if we didn't remember anything, that
All
would
the
have been
doubts and anxieties
highly
I'd been
suspicious, and if we
unconsciously
did,
suppressing
you
exploded
wouldn't
out when I
help
entered
yourself
college
that
myself.
much with this. You'd have. What would you say to us even? That you threw us in and did it work, or
I thought I
what
was
were you
going
gonna ask?
insane. I probably did. And you know the rest. When I came to, I was lying in a hospital bed.
Hmm.
You really were trying to save people.
So I wonder if he got affected by his shadow
I
self
ended up doing
inside.
Just the opposite.
So he remembers
What a
waking up here and probably not something he did to Nanako and what he said to us then.
To enter the world of politics
I mean, we
and
see
be
he flipped
useful to
and we were
society.
speaking to his shadow self more than to him.
But after losing my job and the woman I loved, all I had left was this power. I convinced myself that world was some sort of sanctuary.
Without ever
I
trying.
secretly believed myself to be a hero.
Well, he wanted to help.
I never doubted what I saw on TV and believed everything was as I wanted it to be.
Oh yeah,
I didn't think for myself at all.
that's right.
That's why I couldn't protect them. I'm to blame
I
for
mean,
all of
not
this.
for all of this. I mean, the one that's throwing people inside is to be blamed. And well, What's done is done, my man. You can't take back time.
I suppose so. But the things I've done are too
Man, I agree
serious
with
for
what you
just
said.
like that.
They are too serious.
I have no intentions of running away from my crimes. I'm prepared to face the consequences.
Well, at least that.
Kidnapping is already a serious crime.
And yes, it is.
On top of that, I put all those lives in danger. I'm sorry.
The Midnight Channel and the other world? You can hardly
Yeah,
be
then
blamed
actually
for
agree with
failing to
Naoto here.
understand
It's not
properly.
his fault for believing that they would be safe
We
there.
must apologize
If he
to you
didn't
as
know the
well.
ins and outs of that world, we only know them because of, well, Teddy.
Had we let our emotions blind us to the truth, we would have piled all the responsibility on you.
I guess from your point of view, people did stop dying once you started saving people.
Well, it does seem like
The more
that.
you did it, the more you really believed you were preventing their deaths.
So we kinda aided in that.
Such a joke.
You know, he didn't know we were saving them from mortal peril, like Naoto said, and
I'm sorry.
or someone from the group said, and he was just more sure that what he's doing is the right thing, and it ultimately saves people.
Crammed in here for?
My apologies. We'll be leaving now.
Wait. I beg you,
Hmm.
please find whoever's behind this. You children are the only ones who know about that world.
Don't worry, man.
It's all clear now.
Yep.
He never committed any murders.
But
It was
still,
Namatame who threw the first two victims
we
into the
don't
TV.
know who did. But that's actually a step forward, I agree. Not gonna pile everything onto him. So we need to actually go through the clues once again,
Get
but
out of here!
now
Told you,
from
he's
another
almost ready to
perspective.
be transported. We can't have anything else happen. Sheesh. I better not see you rascals here again.
Aye aye. We'll just slowly go to our business.
Nanako-chan looks like she's in pain.
But at least she's
fighting
alive
to
now.
life.
Well, don't know for how
This was
long
the
with
last
what the
place we
doctor's
saw
doing
her,
here.
right? He was so worried about her.
How can he flake out like this when we have to find the real killer?
Well, maybe he's doing something.
Police consider the matter closed. We'll have to do all the investigation from here on out.
Yup.
Let's revisit Saki-san and Miss Yamano's
Yup,
incidents
I agree with
and
that.
see
Just
if we
like
can
I said, we
come
need
up
to
fresh details.
go through it once again
But it's
with a
been
fresh
over 6
perspective.
months. Wouldn't the trail be cold by now?
I know.
Not per
we can't
se.
give up. We're the only ones
We
who
have all the
understand what's
materials
really going on.
gathered in documentation and
People might
other
remember
things,
some
I
things
guess.
now because they've had so much time to think about it. Let's
Maybe,
split up and talk
maybe.
to people all over town tomorrow. We'll meet up in the evening to discuss our findings.
all we know, when the shock lowered and the adrenaline
Teddy, too.
went out, maybe people kinda remembered stuff, or maybe they didn't thought about something being important and didn't said that. That could be also a thing. But yeah, we got some interesting news and information here, and we're kind of on a new track now. So I think this will be all for this episode. It's a nice start, so I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye, and take care. See ya.